What's up, guys? Welcome to your 135th Android tutorial for the new Boston. What we're going to do in this tutorial, we actually aren't going to work with our alert yet. I'm just going to show you some of the basics before we jump into that, because it might be a little bit more complicated. But what we're going to do is basically add a compass to our map activity that will tell us the direction that we're heading, which is north and all that good stuff. It's going to be pretty simple. And to do that, we're going to add an object that's from the My Location overlay. And we're just going to call this compass. You got to import that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down here within our onCreate method, and we're going to set compass equal to new My Location overlay. And then we pass into the parameters the context, which is main.this, and then our map, or map view I should say, which we called map. And then all we have to do is add to our overlay list that we created a few tutorials ago, add our compass. And now we'll have an overlay that displays the compass. It's pretty simple. I mean, that's pretty much it for adding a compass. What we can also do is we can right click and go to source, override unimplemented methods, add the on pause and on resume method, and then we can also define our compass within here, basically to just say we're just going to say compass dot disable compass, and then we also have a method called compass dot enable method, or compass I should say. So there we go. Now our compass is going to be disabled when we go in pause and enabled when we are in resume. But now let's also learn about something called a controller. Now a controller is going to be able to animate where we're going through our map activity. So what we need to do is we need to set up a map controller object. So we're going to call map controller, and we're going to call this controller, or controller, and add this import. And I'll just show you a quick example of what this can do. So what we're going to do is first set up our controller, where we're going to have controller is equal to map, which is our map activity, and then we're just going to say get controller. Now what we can do is we can animate our controller to go to a certain location if we have a certain location in mind. And how we set up those locations is by kind of longitude and latitude, and we create a geopoint. And a geopoint is going to basically handle the longitude and latitude. So let's set up one of those within our onCreate method. So we're going to say geopoint, and we're just going to call this point. We're going to set this equal to new geopoint. And within the parameters it takes the latitude and longitude. So if you guys know the latitude and longitude, make sure if it's like 1 point something something something, you need to take it times 1 times 1e6, and that'll just get it in kind of a format that Android likes. So just keeping that in mind, if you have like a longitude that's 1.743 or something like that. But for this example, I'm just going to type in a longitude like 51. So I'm just going to type in something like that, or actually like that, and that's for my latitude. And for my longitude, I'm just going to again type in some numbers. Let me make sure this is an actual point. So about 6, yeah, that'd be about 7.8 and 51.6, if you guys are familiar with that. Now what we can do is we can say our controller, and we can say animate to a geopoint. And since we just set up this geopoint called point, that's what we're going to animate to. We can also set our zoom with our controller. So we can say controller dot zoom, and we have some zoom methods like zoom in, zoom out. But what we're going to do is we're just going to set our initial zoom to be something like 6 maybe. And see, so our controller can do a lot of different things. What it's going to do within this onCreate method is locate this geopoint, animate to that point, and then zoom in. And basically these are different levels of zoom. You guys can test those out and have fun with that. But let's run our application, make sure it works, and that's just kind of the basic, some more basic stuff that we can do with Google Maps. And then see our controller zooms in somewhere over, looks like Germany or something. Yeah, Germany-ish, in that range. Again, it animates to that point and then zooms in. So that's kind of the basic functions of the controller. We can still use everything else for the most part, but that's pretty much it, guys. I'll catch you in the next tutorial where we're going to get into something else. It's going to be sweet. So see you guys then. Have a good one.